This case study of work is based on research by Diane Perrins in Gender, Work and Organisation in 2003. The research was based on 55 in-depth interviews with workers in the new knowledge economy. The stories of this research will enable us to view the lived experience of real people in relation to a number of key theoretical understandings of the knowledge economy. Perrin's research explores how the new media sector has materialised and been experienced by people working in Brighton and Hove in the UK. Brighton and Hove is on the south coast of England and has been socially constructed as the place to be and become the focal point for creative industries in Europe. Brighton has always been a very vibrant place, where eyebrows are more often pierced rather than raised at eccentric behaviour, and it attracts celebrities, media, arts people, as well as tourists. It has at least 200 new media companies, with a further 170 companies in East Sussex, the surrounding county. The lived experience of the knowledge economy will be analysed using the 5 key categories used in Perrin's research. There are a number of writers that suggest the knowledge economy can be described in both optimistic and pessimistic terms. What is consistent is the notion in advanced Western economies there has been a significant increase in knowledge jobs, while at the same time there has been a significant decrease in manufacturing jobs. Fleming et al. Point out that while figures concur with the increase in knowledge jobs, there has also been a significant increase in low-skill work between 1986 and 2006. This table from the Australian Bureau of Statistics in relation to contribution to GDP shows the manufacturing sector in Australia has significantly increased between 1996 and 2006. Before viewing the theory of the knowledge economy through the lens of the Brighton case study, the knowledge economy can be summarised as the move away from manufacturing employment towards knowledge-based jobs due to the globalised economy. The optimistic view of this change is that the knowledge economy is committed to continuous improvement, increased autonomy, and will lead to a more innovative and inclusive society capable of reversing inequality. And the more pessimistic view of this change is that the knowledge economy will lead to increased uncertainty and greater instability of employment.
I earn less than £10,000 a year. There are some months without income. The big companies are the worst for paying invoices.
Perrins found that the majority of people in this sector do not conform to the media image of high earners, even though most of them were graduates. Not only does this conform with the idea that low-skill, low-income jobs are as much a part of the knowledge economy as high-skilled, high-paid jobs, it also suggests that high-skilled jobs do not always equate to high income.
Last week I worked about 70 hours, but this will go down. I aim to work standard hours. I do aim to get a life, but work is part of life, and I do enjoy it.
Perrins found there were 4 main reasons why people work long hours in this sector: the unpredictable nature and flow of work, the uncertainty associated with a business startup, the need to continually update skills and knowledge, and the intrinsic satisfaction derived from the work itself. Interestingly, Perrins found that one company had a policy that required employees to opt out of the EU Working Time Directive while compensating staff with time off or bonus payments when they worked long hours, demonstrating a curious mixture of concern for employees' well-being on the one hand, but an unwillingness to endorse regulations to enhance employees' rights on the other.
I have to cut down work in school holidays because I cannot do that much when the kids are around. I feel very torn.
80% of those surveyed reported that they liked their jobs. And 50% said that generally speaking, they were very satisfied with their work-life balance. Such findings would appear to concur with the optimistic view of the knowledge economy of increased autonomy and job satisfaction. However, this research also revealed that for parents with pre-teenage children, over 40% were dissatisfied with their work-life balance. For this particular cohort, they felt time-starved and wanted to be able to spend more time with their children.
The school hours limit my day. It ruins concentration. I would like an au pair to pick up the kids from school. The children go to after-school clubs 2 days a week, but it costs a lot.
2/3 of the study reported they worked flexible hours, including weekends and evenings. 75% of the sample said they regularly worked on Saturdays and Sundays. There appeared general consensus that working flexibly was critical, given the low level of assistance and high cost of private childcare. This picture appears to concur with the pessimistic view of the knowledge economy, where flexible working hours equates to increased contracts and casual employment. All of those participating in this research worked on a casual and contract basis. This appears to be less about working autonomously and more about working hard due to the uncertainty of the next contract. From an Australian perspective, this picture is reflected through ABS 2010 figures, where 38% of employees have no leave entitlements, and the steady increase in part-time employment figures.
Even when I do have some spare time, I sometimes find it difficult to relax at home, as I associate it with work. The PC and the to-do list are always beckoning.
60% felt working at home enabled them to combine work and family life, but this experience was largely varied, depending on the type of work and gendered politics in the household. Many said they could never really escape from work, even when they wanted to. In drawing conclusions from this research, one can observe some conflict with the theoretical work on the knowledge economy. Much of the theory emphasizes insecurity, isolation, and community fragmentation. But few from this study had concerns about job security or their ability to acquire work. There was also a strong sense of community in terms of physical location and in terms of physical, virtual, social, and business locally based networks. And there was little concern with questions of health and safety, despite long hours being spent at the computer. However, serious tensions between work and life remained for half of the sample overall, and a higher percentage for those with caring responsibilities, who were disproportionately women. In considering implications for learning, it is worth pointing out that the vast majority of companies in this study stated that they provided time at work for employees to engage in self-learning via magazines and the internet. And some also had informed systems of work shadowing and workshops for exchanging ideas. Many participants also stated the pressure they felt to ensure their knowledge and skills were kept up to date. Evans and Rainburn make the distinction between training and learning, learning being associated with the workplace and includes a range of formal and informal learning. Some theorists suggest a new type of learning is required for the knowledge economy, and there is often a conflict between organisational demands and access to workplace learning, which often follow a human capital theory of learning. Other theorists suggest what is missing from workplace learning is the development of tacit knowledge, Girardi suggests the adoption of Levenwenger's notion of communities of practice can be effective as it acknowledges that workplace learning often takes place in unintentional ways.